Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So earlier in this tutorial we see how to insert data and we fetch the data from the MySQL database, right? So we successfully insert the data into our database and we successfully fetch the data from our database, right? So now in this video we are going to update the data and we are going to update the data and we are going to save that updated data in our database. Also we are going to delete the data from our database. Okay, so these two features we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, so first of all, what we need the event. Okay, we need the event for that. As you see, this is the fetch user. Now we need one class for update users, right? So here in the update user class, what we need to update? We need to update these things, right? We need to update this string. So okay, just wait. Now as sorry. Okay, as Gradle is built, so we need to wait sometimes. That otherwise it will give some error. Okay, just wait. Okay, now if you see in the update user we are going to update these things, right? So simply copy these things and paste it here. Okay, now just create the constructor here. Okay, sorry. Okay, now here see when we are going to update these things, so first thing first, we need to make sure we are going to update in that ID only, right? Because when you click on the particular index, if you see this is one index, right? So this index has one ID. Okay, every index has one user ID or UID. Okay, so we need to update this UID only, right? So we don't need to update. Suppose if we are updating this index, we don't want that every index email or name or image gets updated. Okay, so for that we need one user ID too. So okay, so that we can update that particular user ID only. Okay, okay, that's it. Also we need delete option, right? So what we are going to delete? We are going to delete that particular user ID. Okay, when we delete the particular user ID, that index will be automatically deleted from our database. Find an integer user ID, and now we are going to create one constructor of that delete user class. So this dot user ID. Okay, so we created the event. Now go to our blocks. So here we need a method for update user, right? Update user data. Now what you need to do, we simply gonna copy this insert data, because ultimately we are going to insert data but with some updation, right? So here it will be update users. Okay, so URL will be here. If you see, we have already created the update record.php class. Here we updated. Here we take the variable for the updated username, user email ID, user password, and store it with our previous username, user email ID, and user password. Simply we are updating the data. Okay, here as you see, update the data. Okay, and this is the delete user code. You just take a screenshot of it. Okay, or I will provide the GitHub link for this code, don't worry, or you can take the screenshot also. Okay, now we need to go to this update record endpoint, right? Update underscore record.php. Now request, multiple request, it will be a multiple request because we are going to update the profile image also, right? So record.field event. Okay, now here I need one field also, that will be UID. Okay, and that will be user ID dot toString. Okay, because user ID in the integer format, so we need to convert it to the string. Okay, name, email, password, and here if we need to check if event dot image is not equal to null, then only we are going to request the image. Here if you see here in update class, we are taking the image parameter as image, right? Not we are taking updated image part as image, and we are going to replace it in our earlier image part, that is image underscore part. Okay, so here it will be image. Okay, HTTP port from image event dot image that will be a null check, because if you see here in event we are checking the null check. Okay, we are adding the null check here. Okay, now try if response is equal to send. If response code is 2000, that is okay, it is okay. Here we are going to add underscore fetch user. So if you see, after updating the data we need to fetch the user list again, right? So that's why after updating the data we simply fetch the user list in here. Okay, fail to update data. Okay, that's it for the update part. Now go to our delete part. Here just do one thing, simply copy this part, and here it will be delete data, and here it will be delete user. Okay, we don't need these things. Simply use URL will be here URL is delete user. Okay, delete user. Our endpoint is set. Now here try final. Okay, so let's do one thing, we don't need this final response. Okay, wait, http dot post. Okay, it will be post, and here URI dot parse, and that will be URI. Okay, and in the body section we need to pass our in the body section, we need to pass our UID. Okay, we need to update that particular UID. That, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to take the user ID and we are going to update everything under that user ID. Okay, so for that we are going to send the UID in our body. Okay, now if response is 200, after that also fetch the user list after deleting the after that will be after deleting. Okay, after deleting the data, then we are going to fetch the list. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Our delete method is complete, our update method is complete. Now go to our view user data. Here in the bottom sheet, if you see here, earlier we create this bottom sheet. Here I created one list style which is edit click, right? So here we're simply gonna show a update dialog and we are going to pass the user. So just create the method here. So in this method here we are going to map okay. Now we need the controller, right? Because earlier if you see, these controllers are for insert database. These controller are when we insert the data, right? Now here when we are updating the data, that time also we are displaying some text field, right? So for that also we need some controller where this controller will first of all take this data. This data will be pre-populated in the text field. For that we need some another controller which will take this pre-populated data. Okay, so for that we are going to create the controller here, aim controller, text editing controller. So here in the text part we are going to take the user bracket name. If there is no change is there, we simply display a null value. Okay, so that will be uname. Okay, email and password, that's why I need email and that will be our password. Okay, and that will be you email and that will be you password. Okay, and again we need one thing, that will be file underscore selected image. Okay, now we need to show the dialog. Okay, just give me some time. Just I will create the show dialog UI, then I will explain you. Okay. Okay. If you see here in the show update dialog, as I already mentioned, we already fetch the data using this controller in our this edit field, text edit field. So as you see here, when you click on the update button, update edit user list style, we are getting this show dialog. Okay, so here as you see here, this is our username, this is our user email ID, and this is the password, right? So okay, just one thing. Just cancel it and just edit user. As you see now, okay, now it is hidden. Okay, as you see here, in our circle avatar, in our circle, this is our image view, right? So here we get the earlier image from our image path. Okay, and also we can change the image from here. If you see here, inkwell, so on tap we are going to pick the image from our image gallery, right, using the image picker dependency. So this is simple. This is earlier as we insert data in our pick image method. As you see here in this, in pick image method, we pick the image from the gallery. This is the same functionality in here also. Okay, now in our update button, we need to update data here from this page, and we are going to display the fetch user. That means that display the list with the updated data, right? So here we need to on press, we need to dispatch the update user event to the BLoC. Okay, so when you see this is the update user event, right? We need to dispatch this update user event to our BLoC. BLoC means in our update user BLoC. Okay, so near as you see here, BLoC provider, in our BLoC provider. Okay, and it's not create. Okay, so provider BLoC provider dot off. Okay, here we need to add the context. Already context already here. Dot add okay, just wait a second. In off, here we need to mention our BLoC. Okay, so now add update users. So we need to update these things, right? We need to update user ID. So we are getting the user ID in dot parse. So as it is a integer value, so for that user, and this is the UID, right? UID dot to string. Okay, now we need email, right? So we are getting the email from the name controller dot text. Sorry, email, right? Email controller dot text. Name will be name array, yeah, name controller dot text. Password will be password controller dot text, and image from the selected image. Okay, after updating the data, we simply navigator dot off dot pop. Okay, we are closing the dialog here. Okay, here we simply close the dialog, and in cancel also we will simply close the dialog. As you see here, cancel, close the dialog. Okay, and okay, I think we are good to go. To check whether data will be updated or not, simply hot reload it. Okay, suppose there will be, okay, and it's done. Now if I update, something is going on. Okay, it is showing that. I can just do one thing, just hot reload it. Okay, not hot reload it, just rerun the application. Okay, Okay, as you see here, user list updated data successfully. As you see here, updated data successfully, and also the data is successfully updated. But here just one little complication is there. When we click the edit button, it is not hide the bottom sheet, right? So if you notice in update dialog, go to our, okay, so this is in our update dialog. So here navigator of context dot pop. So this way this bottom sheet will be hide. Okay, so just hot reload it to check whether it is updating or not. Just edit user. If you see now, this bottom sheet is gone. Okay, now if we change our user ID, update, the list will be populated again, and this, if you see, our email ID is changed, thegola4@gmail.com. okay, so our update feature is working fine. So now just do one thing, and just go to our delete option. Okay, in on tab, just go to our delete option. So here will be delete confirmation. So delete confirmation. Now here simply create the method. Okay, simply create the method will be same as delete. Okay, so here now here simply we are going to display the show dialog. Okay, show dialog method. I just copy this show dialog method. Okay, now go to here. Now here in the alert dialog it will be delete data. Okay, so title will be here, content will be here, content will be changed. Okay, I don't need this content, so simply delete this content. So here content will be text, are you sure want to delete this user data? So if user click cancel, it will cancel the alert dialog. Okay, cancel the alert dialog. If user click delete, then we are simply gonna dispatch the delete user to our BLoC, user BLoC, right? So simply BLoC provider dot of context. Okay, here here we need to mention user BLoC. So context dot add here delete user. Here we need user ID, right? So user ID we are getting from here only. Okay, so this is the same code. Okay, so this is the same code, user.uid. Okay, now let's again close the application and rerun the application. Otherwise this provider will be not initialized if we hot reload. Okay, so just rerun the application once to check whether our delete functionality is working fine or not. Okay, after this video we are going to see the search functionality. Okay, we are going to search the list based on the a username, okay, based on the username, user email. Okay, so after that we are going to swipe down, so that when you swipe down it will reload the list again, so that if we are like syncing the list with our database. Okay, you are going to see this in our next videos. Okay, so now go to delete functionality. So here, suppose we want to delete this Gandhi user ID, so just click on the delete user. Here this is the delete data. Do you want to delete this data? Okay, just wait. Do you want to delete this data here? If you click cancel, this pop-up will cancel. So now this user data, do you want to delete this data? If you want to delete this data, the list will be load again. I think, yeah, the list will be load again, and our delete data successfully. If you see here, delete data successfully, user list populated successfully. Okay, so according to my internet connectivity, it takes some time. So we can add on loader here. After clicking the delete button, we can add a loader here. My loader is already there when you load the list, but due to some, I think, some technical issue, so it is not showing here. Anyway, so our data is deleted successfully. So we successfully updated the list, we successfully delete the data, we successfully create the data when we successfully read the data. Okay, basically our CURD operation is completed here, but later on in the same project or in the same app, I'm going to add the search functionality here. Okay, also when I swipe down, if you swipe down, if you see here, when I swipe down, our list is flex, right? So I don't need this. When you flex down, I need one loader here. It will load the list again, or it will fetch the data from the database again. Ultimately it will sync. After completing the sync, it will display the data if any data is not displaying here from the database. Okay, so that's it from this video. See you on next video. Thank you.